of the question because it was very, I can't even repeat it because I don't know exactly what you said. All right.
Okay.
So let's just back up. One of the questions I want you to address is said, what other ways you can assist with immigration status if they do not basically fall under the relief? What's the name of, is it COVID Act? Is there a special name for it actually?
No, there's no special name for it. It's just that they have given a directive that for persons who are affected by COVID-19, they have allowed for persons to use this as an excuse as to why they were remaining in the US. So it's just something that's temporary.
Okay. All right. So just back to my question, what are the ways you can assist with immigration status? People, for instance, the questions that I usually get, and some people are not on this webinar, however, I've gotten questions like they are on like a work visa. How can they get like a their stay after the work visa expires? Or just give me a general, how can you assist with all these different issues?
Okay. Um, well, I can assist you if you come to me for advice and to get your status adjusted. And the advice will vary depending on what your status is. That's if you're in lawful status in the US or if you are out of status. Out of status simply means that your lawful time has expired. So if you're here on a work visa, for example, and you're still within the time of your work visa, we usually will work with the employer to ensure that you can adjust your status. So there's provision in the legislation to allow a worker here in the US to adjust their status after a certain number of years to get their green card. Outside of that, there is also the church. If you are here and you're a religious minister, like a minister of music, a pastor, a priest, and you have to be ordained, we can assist you to adjust your status here in the US to work and then to get your green card and then subsequently to get your citizenship. Outside of a religious application, we can also assist persons who are here who have children that are 21 and older US citizens born. So if you have a child and that child was born here and the child is now 21 years of age, you can come to us and we can assist you through that child to put in an application to adjust your status. And if you are here and you've gotten married and your marriage is to a US citizen, we can also adjust your status in that instance. If you got married to a green card holder, however, you cannot adjust your status until that green card holder obtains citizenship. And we can assist you in both regards.
Thank you. Now, when you touch on that subject with marriage, I read online, and I'm not sure if my information is verified. So I'm asking you, maybe you're able to answer this question. Basically, they are saying that there's a change in the law if you're married. Say that if you're married to a US citizen and they are a military member, you may not get your US citizenship?
Okay. US military members, you can join the military as a green card holder, and you can also join the military as a citizen. If you're a green card holder, like I said before, you cannot, that spouse who's in the military, who's just a green card holder, cannot be used to help you to adjust your status. If that spouse in the military is a citizen, of course you can apply to adjust your status. So it depends on the status of the spouse. The spouse must be a US citizen.
Okay. Someone is asking, how long approximately is the process to adjust status if you're married to a US citizen and you are out of status?
Well, the process, it's a 5-year process, but there is an initial turnaround of about a year from the time when you file the initial application to the time when you get your preliminary papers. So if all the papers are submitted properly and on time, within 6 months to a year, you will get what is called a work authorization documentation, and that will allow you to go and obtain a Social Security and get the job. And subsequent to that, you will be called in for an interview with the USCIS officers. Both of you are required to be present. And if you are successful on that interview, sometimes the attorney will come with you if you're uncomfortable or if there is an issue, or if you require your attorney to come, they will come with you to the interview. And if you're successful at the interview, you will get what is called a conditional green card. And that's the conditional resident that we're talking about. And after that, you have to wait for 2 years to remove that condition. And then that brings the process to an end. Once the condition is removed, you are now a green card holder without condition. There's one other step that you can apply to obtain your citizenship. And once you get your citizenship, your whole immigration process comes to an end unless you plan to petition for another party. So that whole process takes about 5 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, but you're authorized to work. You get your work papers and you can live and you can travel after your initial interview.
Okay. So what if, and this is a question that someone sent in email, what if you have you're in the US, you're a green card holder. How soon can you start processing your papers if your children are back home in their home country?
If you're a green card holder, you can petition immediately upon entry for any immediate relative. So immediate relatives are spouses and minor children. So as soon as you come into the US and you want to file for a spouse, you can send in that application right away. You don't have to be here 3, 4, 5 years. You can send it in right away. Same thing for children. If you have a child, you can send in that as a green card holder. Because they're immediate relatives, they're giving first preference. They will come up within a year, 2 years max.
That's good to know. Now, there's a follow-up question to the previous question that we asked. It's in reference to the question. It says, how long approximately is the process to adjust status if you're married to a U.S. citizen and you are out of status? It says, thank you for addressing that question. And they said they have already work authorization already. So basically, they've got their work authorization. Will adjusting the process affect the current work authorization?
Okay, if they have obtained work authorization, then they have already started the process to adjust their status. They go hand in hand. So she wouldn't have gotten the work authorization without the adjustment of status being filed. So all of those documents would have been filed at the same time, or they should have been filed at the same time. So she's probably just now waiting for an interview. She has to go before a USCIS officer with her spouse, and then they will determine whether she has a valid marriage and whether or not to issue her with the conditional green card.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And before I let you go, I'll take one final question if there's any, but before I let you go, I want to, for you to just repeat, because I think that message might not have been clear in between because of the technical issues we had. Just repeat, because that's the main purpose of this webinar, how to maintain lawful status. So what is the time frame that you gave before? And this time, I know you gave how they can put the paperwork, but you yourself do this, correct? For your clients. Right. So you want them to come to you. So just to repeat yourself, and how can they get in touch with you?
Okay, so it's very easy. I'm online, melniacordis.law.com. That's the website. You can find me, or you can just Google Melnia Cordis attorney. My information will pop up. You can send me an email, info@melniacordislaw.com. Or you can send me a text, 718-362-0453, and I'll respond to you. If you want to schedule an appointment, if you go on the website, we have scheduled appointments by phone or by Zoom call, and I'll speak with you. Some consultations are free. If you want to reach me in person, you can just call and I'll schedule an in-person meeting.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, is there anything you'd like, other than what we spoke about, that you'd like to tell the audience?
Yes, I just want to encourage everyone, especially in this time, if you are out of status and you're contemplating what to do next, but you're not sure, it's always best to speak to an attorney before you go and do anything when it comes to immigration. Don't listen to what your friends are saying. Don't listen to people saying, oh, this person did this person did that. It's always best to speak to an experienced immigration attorney. You can call me. I can speak with you. You don't have to worry about the fees. The fees are very reasonable. We work with people to give them a payment plan, but you want to make sure that when you decide to go to immigration, that you have the best representation and that the person knows what they're doing and that you will get the outcome that you're seeking. There are people out there that are form fillers and they're not authorized to assist you. You must make sure that whoever you're speaking with is an attorney. Ask them for their attorney ID. Ask them for their state ID, and you can go online and verify that the person is an attorney before you give them any money and before you have them send in any forms. I know it's tedious, I know it's expensive, but it's all worth it in the end.
Definitely. You don't want to make costly mistakes. One of the things with this particular webinar, I know that there's some that was just a little bit nervous to be on the call because they don't want to put themselves out there, although I told them they're not, no one is going to see them, and you could actually change your name. But guys, those that are on right now, we'll have this video available for others. So if you know someone that needs this information, reach out to me, info@Nevalliance, and I'll definitely send them the video. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's say Attorney Cordis, I appreciate you being on this webinar, giving individuals this opportunity to get it right or to help someone to get it right. All right. So until next time, I'm Dr. Neva, and you have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Neva.
You're most welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.